My name's Pete and I'm going to show you how to play the Trellis by Nick Mulvey. I'm basing this tutorial on Nick's performance of the song that he did for something called Muzu TV. So if you look for that on YouTube, you'll see the performance I'm talking about. It's just Nick on a couch doing a solo version of it, and he's playing his classical guitar, and yeah, that's what I used for this tutorial. Now, the tuning for this is, for once, it's in standard tuning, but you'll need a capo on the 2nd fret, and that will make your strings sound as follows if you're checking on a tuner. Your E string will sound F sharp, your A string will sound B, your G string will sound E, your G string will sound A, your B string will sound C sharp, and your E string at the top will sound F sharp. Right. So the opening introduction to the song is played in what you call free time. So it's 4 bars, but there's no sort of time signature. It's quite freely played to start with. So if you put your index finger on 5th string, 2nd fret, and your ring finger on your 3rd string, 4th fret, and then this is a tricky bit, you need to get your middle finger on your 1st string, 2nd fret, and then you're picking 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you do the same again with your middle finger off. And then 3rd bar, it's 5, 4, 3, 1. So miss out 2. And then put your middle finger back on again, and alright, 5 and 4 with the thumb, 3, 2, 1 with fingers, index, middle, ring. And then you're into the pattern that's used for the introduction into the verse and the verse itself. So this is bar 5. Put your index finger and ring finger on as you had previously, 5th string, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 4th fret. And now concentrate on what I do with the right hand here. This is not exactly the same pattern that Nick uses. He uses quite a fluid kind of... it's almost like a flamenco style that he's adapted. I'm going to show you a pattern that's slightly different that I think works better with a steel string guitar, particularly where the string spacings are a little bit closer together than a classical. So, the pattern I'm going to use then is thumb on string 5, and then fingers, index, middle and ring are on strings 4, 3 and 2, and they're going to stay on those strings for the first two bars of the verse sequence. So I'm playing thumb, 1, 2 and 3 as a pair, thumb, 2 and 3 as a pair, 1, and then with your index finger a little down and up flick, thumb, 1, 2 and 3, thumb, 2 and 3, 1, down, up. Speed that up a little bit. That's the 5th bar, and then the 6th bar, you're going to move your 1st finger to the 4th string, 2nd fret, your middle finger, 3rd string, 3rd fret, and your ring finger is going to reach up to the 5th string, 4th fret. And then it's exactly the same pattern that you did with your right hand again. Thumb, 1, pair, thumb, pair, pick, flick, flick. Okay, thumb, 1, 2 and 3 is a pair, thumb, 2 and 3 is a pair, 1, flick, flick. And that's on strings 5, 4, 3 and 2, 5, 3 and 2, 4, flick, flick. Thumb, 1, pair, thumb, pair, 1, flick, flick. So then into the 7th bar, you're going to use your index finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, but you slide into it from the 1st fret, like that. So pluck on the first fret, slide onto the second fret almost immediately. And then I'm doing virtually the same pattern again, except my thumb 1, 2, 3 position has dropped down to strings 4, 3, 2 and 1 now. So thumb, 1, 2, thumb, pair, 1, flick, flick, thumb, 1, 2, thumb, pair, 1, flick, flick. So that's the 7th bar, and then into the 8th bar, it's the same pattern again, but you slide to the 4th fret for the first half of the bar, and then slide to the 5th. So your verse pattern is basically those 4 bars on a loop. So and then slide to the 4th, and that covers you for the verse, as I said at the introduction and the first verse. Strings as a pencil, the breath I drew in you. Sing a spell to a pharaoh, yes, the 1 and the 2. Rose on the trellis that I grew for you. Indigo fairer, yes, the 1 and the 2. So coming into the chorus section then, this is just played on the guitar, there's no vocal in the chorus section. And if you adopt a standard E minor position with your left hand, so middle and ring finger, strings 5 and 4, both on the 2nd fret respectively, the pattern we're playing is like this. That's the first bar, so I'll slow that down. 6, 4, 3, 6, 1 and 2 as a pair, 4, flick, flick, 6, 4, 3, 2, finger roll, 6, and then 1 and 2, but you're doing a pull off using your little finger on the 2nd fret on the high E string. Flick, flick, okay? 6, 4, 3, 6, 1 and 2, 4, flick, flick, 6, 4, 3, 2, 6, pull off, flick, flick. And then from here you're moving up to the 5th fret, index finger, 5th string, and then 7th fret, ring and little finger, strings 2 and 3. This is a different position to what you'll see Nick do in the video. He does this one bar chord that defeats me. He's barring on the 2nd fret and then holding down a C major position. Come on. And my little finger just does not behave for that. And he's doing something like this. Or it might be. Now, I've found that you can get a similar sound and shape at the 5th and 7th fret, as I said. Index finger, 5th fret, 5th string, ring and little fingers, 7th fret, strings 2 and 3. And I'm playing 5, 4, 3 and 2, 5, 2 and 1, 3, strum, strum, so that'll flick, flick. So 5, 4, 3 and 2, 5, 1 and 2, 3, flick, flick, and you do that twice. And then from there we come down to this shape with index on the 5th string, 1st fret, and then middle, 4th string, 2nd fret, and ring, 2nd string, 2nd fret. And again it's a similar pattern, playing 5, 4, 3 and 2, 5, 1 and 2, 3, flick, flick. And then the second half of that bar, it's another pull off, flick, flick. And then it goes back round again into the E minor position. And then the second time through, the position is the same for the first half of the bar. So we're sliding, as we finish that sequence, we're sliding up to the 7th fret on the little finger. So rather than doing the pull off, thumb, 5, I think I'm playing 5, 3, 2 and 1, 5, 2 and 1, slide to the 7th, flick, flick. So it looks like this. Do that again slowly. So now we go into this little instrumental bridge section, which is still really the chords from the chorus with a little bit of extra picking work, mainly focused on the E string. So as you slid up to that 7th fret position, what you're going to do next is do a quick change of finger on that as you come into this next bar. So 6, 3, 2 and 1, 6, 2 and 1, hammer on to the 10th, flick, flick, and then it's that in reverse almost. 6, 3, 2 and 1, thumb, and then 7, pull to open, flick, flick. So it looks like this. And then it's that 5-7 position again. And then back down to that 1st fret on the 5th string, 2nd fret on 4 and 2. And then up to the 7th again, that same slide technique. So now I'm going to work down the fingerboard from the 7th fret rather than going up like we did on the last little passage. I'm going to work back down again. So it's 6, 3, 2, 1, finger roll there. 6, pull off to 5, flick, flick. 6, 3, and then I'm going to do a hammer from this 2 to 5 on the 1st string. 6, and then it's 2 and 1 together but with a pull off on that 1st string. So it looks like this if I played at a better speed. Do it again. And then that 5-7 position again. And then we have a little joining bar to take us back into the verse pattern again. And then you're back into the next verse. We live a day in the morning, live a life in the afternoon. Indigo fairer, yes, the one and the two. And eventually, after come on, put it in song, tell me how you feel. That's all just the same verse pattern that I showed you earlier on, hopefully with the right words if you're doing it, not like I was doing then. And then as you come out of that, again there's that same sort of chorus bridge start on the E minor position. That 5th fret position. And then back round again. And then here there is a rather nasty chord, from a fingering perspective, and it sounds great, that you do to transition into the next bit of the song. And you're going to move from this position, from that sort of 5, index finger on the 5th, and then ring and little finger on strings 2 and 3, 7th fret. This is the transition. I'm going to move my index finger to the 6th string, 6th fret. I'm going to drop my little finger to the E string and move it back 1 fret so that the ring and little finger are both on the 6th fret, strings 1 and 3. And then my middle finger is going to go on the 2nd string on the 5th fret. So what you get from this position is this. And I'm playing 6, 3, 2 and 1, 6, 2 and 1, 3, flick, flick. Same sort of pattern as we've been doing all the way through. And then you're going to slide up to the 8th and 9th fret. So 1st and middle are on fret 8 on strings 2 and 4. And then your ring finger and your little finger are on fret 9, strings 1 and 3. So really the pattern you had here with those 3 fingers, not including your index finger, is the same shape but just moved up from frets 5 and 6 to 8 and 9, and then you're adding your index finger on the 4th string on the 8th fret. So from there up to the 8th fret. So from this 8-9 shape, you're going to move up to the 10th fret on the E string with your little finger, and everything else is open. And it's 6, 3, 2 and 1, 6, 2 and 1, 3, flick, flick, 6, 3, 2 and 1, 6, 2 and 1, pick, flick, flick. I'll do that again. And then you're going to do what's called a half bar. So your index finger is going to rest across the strings 1, 2 and 3, all on the 7th fret, but you're going to leave your little finger on the 10th fret where it was. And then the pattern is now using the 4th string as your root note there. 4, 3, 2 and 1, 4, 2 and 1, 3, flick, flick, and the same again. 4, 3, 2 and 1, 4, 2 and 1, 3, flick, flick. So we've got and then again that half bar shape is going to be used, but now on the 2nd fret. Bring your wrist into the neck of the guitar because you're going to have to stretch your little finger to hold down the 2nd string on the 5th fret. Now if you try and do it square on, it hurts. If you bring your wrist into the neck, bring your elbow closer to the body, and then I'm playing 5, 5, 3, 1, 5, 2, 3, flick, flick, 5, 3, 1, 5, 2, 1, flick, flick. And I'm trying to use as much as possible my index on 1, my ring finger on the E string, and then my middle finger on the B string. Okay, so we've got, so far in this bit we've got half bar on the 7th, half bar on the 2nd, reach to the 5th, and then as we come out of that sequence for the 3rd time, for the 4th time I'm playing, I move my little finger from the 5th fret on the 2nd string to the 5th fret on the E string, and I'm playing 5, 3, 2 and 1, thumb on the 5th, 2 and 1, sliding up to the 10th, and then flick. So and then that sequence repeats. can do some doubling up there. I know I'm picking single notes on the tab, but you can do. So pick them as pairs. Experiment a bit with that. See what works. The second time you repeat that section and you come out of it, there's a little fill here that I'm going to show you. So instead of half bar on the 7th again, on the 2nd, thumb, thumb 3, 1, thumb, 2, pick, flick, flick, and I'm going to again move my little finger to the 5th fret on the 1st string, thumb 3, 2 and 1, thumb, and then here I'm going to do a series of pull-offs. So pull off there, and then I'm going to pick 2 and 3 together with my little finger back on there and pull to open. So it sounds like this if I do it at a decent speed. And then we're back into the that same shape that was used in the chorus, but instead of going to that weird sort of discordant sound from here, I'm going to go to the half bar at the 2nd fret again, and we're back up to the 10th fret again. Now here there's a little run into some fairly high chords that are played right up around the 10th, 11th, 12th frets above capo and beyond. If you've got a cutaway on your guitar, it's going to be easier. If not, it's still possible. It's just a little bit more fiddly. So again, I've got that that shape up at the 10th fret. 5, 3, 2 and 1. 6, 3, 2 and 1, 6, 2 and 1, 3, flick, flick, flick. And then here I'm going to hold down. This is tricky, this bit. I'm using my index finger to hold down the 10th fret above capo on the 2nd string. I'm using my middle finger to hold down the 11th fret above capo on the 3rd string, and I'm using my little finger to reach all the way up to the 14th fret above capo. So the pattern here is 4, 3, 2 and 1, 4, 2 and 1, 3, flick, flick. Do that again. And then we're going to move down slightly, and I'm going to do a half bar with my index finger on the 9th fret, and then I'm going to put my middle finger onto the 10th fret on the 2nd string, and my little finger onto the 12th fret above capo. And again, it's a similar pattern, but I'm using my 5th string as the bass note this time. That's the shape. So 5, 3, 2 and 1, 5, 2 and 1, 3, flick, flick. And the next shape down from that is to take your little finger off, and you're going to press down with your middle finger on strings 2 and 1 on the 10th fret. And again, I'm using the 5th string of the bass here. And then I'm going to just roll that index finger up so it's only on the 2nd string. And this is why you need that bar shape with that index finger here, because you've basically worked down a progression. And then this is the next shape. So a bar at the 9, middle finger on the 2nd string, 10th fret. And then there's a bit of a shuffle around here. You're going to move your middle finger to the 9th fret, 3rd string. You're going to bring your ring finger into play on the 2nd string, 10th fret, and your index finger is going to drop down to the 7th fret, 1st string. So I'll just go through those high chords again, coming in from the 10th fret position. Then you've got that bar at the 9th. And then from there we're back in on the 10th fret position again. And then the half bar on the 7th using the D string. Then back down to the half bar on the 2nd. I've shown you that shape before. And then it just kind of goes round on those chords for a little bit of a loop until you choose to finish it, really. Okay, now I'm aware I've gone through some of that quite quickly, and I do have a full tab for what I've shown you here that will be available on the website. Help yourself. But I'm trying to keep the video to a realistic length, and I think already it could be looking to be over 20 minutes long to explain this one, and I do try and keep them less than that, just to just so you don't lose sort of the focus and the belief that you can learn this, because you can. It's straightforward once you get that sort of fluid feeling with the right hand. And you can try bringing in little finger rolls, or just adapt and change the sequence that you're picking with just for a little bit more variation. Or you can try and do the full-on authentic Nick Mulvey pattern, which is not hugely different from what I've shown you. Sort of thumb 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, and then a thumb stroke and finger stroke like that. But it's probably a little bit faster than that as well. Okay, enough talking. So yeah, help yourself. The tabs are on the website, as are all the tabs for my other tutorials if you haven't discovered those yet. So if you're finding that these tutorials are useful and you're learning from them, then that's great. That's what they're there for. So please leave me a comment, please give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hopefully I will see you soon with the next tutorial, which I think is likely to be the tutorial for Bless the Weather by John Martin, and then there'll be some more John Martin covers hopefully coming your way soon. I'll see you next time.